So, my lipstick was not cooperating, but I tried to redo it so many times that we're just gonna pretend like it doesn't look like crap. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Amy. Today I'm here to do yet another tag for you guys. Seems like there's been a lot of tags lately that I've been wanting to do. Generally I don't get tagged in a ton of tags. I tag myself and just say, you know, what the heck, let's do it anyways. So the tag we will be doing today is the finally fall tag. I figured that was appropriate since the day I'm filming this is September 22nd, the first day of fall, the first day of my very favorite season. So if you're interested in listening to this really awesome tag that was created by Elena over at Tall Tales, then go ahead and keep watching. I do have my cheat sheet written down here with all the things because Lord knows I can't remember them all. So if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at. And the first question is, in fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book that has a vivid setting. And this one was a little bit tricky for me, but I did finally decide on Joy in the Morning by Betty Smith. And this is the story about two people who get in love at a very young age. Carl is about 19, I think, and Annie is just turned 18, and they go off to live in the town where Carl is going to college for law school. And the settings that I found very vivid about this book were the places in which they lived throughout their first year of marriage, the towns in which they lived, and it was just a really phenomenal book for that reason. I found this book to be very real and very raw and realistic for what a year of marriage can look like for many people, even though this book takes place in about the 50s-ish, I believe. Does it say? Oh, not even close, 1927. Anyways, you guys know I love Betty Smith. This is a heartwarming book. I would absolutely recommend it, and it's a pretty quick read, so Joy in the Morning by Betty Smith. Question 2. Nature is beautiful, but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written, but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. If any of you have seen my review of the book I'm about to mention, and by review I really should say just all out gush, you won't be shocked for me to pick this one, and that is The Tsar of Love and Techno by Anthony Mara. This is technically a collection of short stories, but it reads like a novel. It takes place in Russia at various times from 1937 to 2013, and it deals with heartbreaking topics and situations, and it's beautiful, and his writing's out of this world. And like I said, I have a review. Go check it out if you want to hear me just rave about all the reasons why this book is wonderful. But definitely very sad, but beautiful writing. 3. Fall is back to school season. Share a nonfiction book that taught you something new. I mentioned this book before on my channel, but I'm going to mention it again because I absolutely love this book, and that is The Secret Life of Bats by Merlin Tuttle. This is a book about bats and about the misunderstandings we have about bats and how important bats are for our world, and without bats, what our world would be like concerning bugs and lots of other situations. That is amazing that one species can make such a huge difference on the planet and to the planet. So Merlin Tuttle was a National Geographic photographer. He studied bats from the time he was in his teens. He's now the bat expert of the world, and just go read it. It's a really interesting book, and they have pictures in here that he took before there was digital cameras, which is amazing in itself because they would go capture these bats and then take pictures of these bats and then release them back into the wild. Just read it, guys. Cool stuff about bats in here. Number 4, in order to keep warm, it's good to spend time with people we love. Name a fictional family, household, friend group that you'd like to be a part of. I do not have my copy of this book right now, but this is not going to come to a shock for many of you, and that is A Man Called Uva by Frederick Bachman. I mean, who doesn't want to have Parvana and all of Uva's other neighbors who are absolutely wonderful and stick by his side even when he thinks they're a thorn in his side? And enough said. Just who could ask for better people in their lives? Definitely Uva's neighborhood. Number 5, the colorful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of fall colored spines. So here we go. I did my best, guys. There's kind of some black in there too, but I will go ahead and go through and mention the books real quick and whether or not I've read them. Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale. I have read this book. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, a special 20th anniversary edition. Shout out to all my fellow Hufflepuffs. I am a Hufflepuff tried and true to my very core. I am a Hufflepuff, so had to get my hands on this gorgeous book when I saw that it came out. And obviously, I've read that one. The Importance of Being Little, what grown-ups really need, young children, let's see if I can do this, guys. What young children really need from grown-ups by Erica Christakis. Still haven't read this book, still very much planning on it. Furiously Happy by Jenny Lawson. Have not read it, really, really want to. And the last book is A Tale for the Time Being by Ruth Ozeki. Have not read it, really, really need to get around to it. I've been hearing a ton of buzz about it, which is saying something because this book is not brand new. So there you have it. 6. Fall is, bless you, Loki. Fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. And I had trouble with this one, and I didn't know how, like, perfect that needed to be, but then I thought of this one, and I'm sure most of you have read it, but I wanted to pick this one anyway, and that is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I read this book for the very first time within the last year or so. That's Loki messing with the camera because he dropped his ball, but we're gonna pretend that it didn't happen. And this story is really, really out of this world. It made me think a lot. And if you haven't read it in a while, because I know a lot of people read it in high school, I would recommend picking it up again, especially because Loki's still knocking around the Tide Pod. Because we have Halloween coming up and it's a little bit spooky and cozy, and that's exactly what this kind of book requires as far as the weather, coziness, etc., etc. So yeah, Frankenstein, about a man named Frankenstein who makes a monster. If you didn't know, I'm assuming you know. 7. The Nights Are Getting Darker. Share a dark, creepy read. Another book I've mentioned on my channel before, but I don't read a lot of dark books or creepy books, so if you have some recommendations for me, please let me know down in the comments. I don't do horror very well though, but I think I could probably handle dark and creepy. But that is Splintered by A.G. Howard. This is a Alice in Wonderland retelling, and this book is creepy and weird and dark and wonderful, especially from taking a children's story. And if you haven't read it, you really should read it. This is a YA book, but very dark and interesting. I think I already said that, so I'm going to stop talking about this book since I'm repeating myself. Number 8, The Days Are Getting Colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. And I was thinking children's book or middle grade book, because I think those books are exactly that, heartwarming and fun. But then I picked one that is children's, but a classic, and you can't tell by the front of it, but there's little bees right there. And I picked Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Malign and illustrated by A.S. Oh guys, I don't remember. I'm a mess in this video. E.H. Shepard. This is technically 2 Winnie the Pooh books, so definitely short, but who doesn't love a little Winnie the Pooh and Tigger and Piglet and their adventure stories, and I would say very heartwarming and very quick to read. So, Winnie the Pooh. 10. Fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. Well, there's several that are kind of the classic. I need my reading glasses, which are going to give you terrible glare now. I have fine eyesight, and I don't need them for anything else, but my eyes don't focus well and then I get headaches, so definitely that. And then I also need my cup of tea, which I just made, and yes, I do think my dog is cuter than yours. I think all my dogs are cuter than yours, and I'm not sorry about it. Earl Grey tea, and then, of course, we need a blankie, and specifically the blankie I'm picking / is really a quilt that my mama made me when I was under a year old, and it's very well loved and I really need to fix it. And last but not least, and probably the most important, is my puppy dog Millie. She's one of our 3 critters, and no cozy reading night is complete without Millie loves and cuddles. I mean, guaranteed if there's a blankie out and somebody's sitting on the couch, she's in your lap. So yeah, for sure, Millie is my most important reading accessory. I woke her up for a nap, so I'm gonna put her back down now. There you have it, guys. There is the finally fall book tag. I'm so excited that fall is finally here. It is cooled off this week in my hometown, but sure enough, it's supposed to be back up to 80 degrees next week, which really bums me out, but we're just gonna roll with it and just force fall in with dark lips and scarves and boots and tea and getting cozy and hygge-ing it up for all of you out there who enjoy a good hygge night, just like me. Probably pronouncing that wrong also. But I'm going to tag Acacia from the Chaotic Little Book Corner and also Kelsey from Hardback Haven. I will link their videos down below, and Elena's video will also be linked down below. But thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you like this video, please like it, and if you loved it, please subscribe, and we will see you in my next video. Happy reading. It doesn't read like a novel, but I didn't. Can I talk, you guys?